Caroline Flanagan here, proud, excited author of Be the First, People of Colour, Imposter Syndrome and the Struggle to Succeed in a White World. I'm getting quite good at saying that now, I've said it so many times. So yesterday I did a video on where I got the idea for the book, and today I want to do a short video on how that idea became a decision and a commitment to write the book. So 2019, again, I was asked to speak on a panel at the Black Solicitors Network in London on authenticity. And that was such a moving event. I was struck by the frustration and the anger expressed in that room by people of colour about their experiences of trying to succeed in a corporate world which was predominantly, overwhelmingly white. So we discussed, well, loads of things, but in particular, the microaggressions and the honestly shocking examples of racism that people of colour are still being subjected to. And it resonated so deeply with me. Memories of being the only black pupil in my primary school came flooding back. The music teacher who, instead of using my real name to call on me in class, would only call me Lady of the Jungle. Of being told, Caroline, you're actually quite nice for a black person, by my best friend. And of being repeatedly asked to confirm racial stereotypes, one of the most common being, how come all black people are such good dancers? These experiences followed me throughout school. They haunted me at Cambridge. They pursued me into my career as a lawyer in the city. So when the people in the audience described feeling excluded because of private school in-jokes and an after-work drinking culture that they weren't familiar with, and of having no role models of colour and never seeing anyone who looked or sounded like them succeed to the top, occupying these leadership roles, it all came flooding back. I remembered how isolated, how lonely I'd felt at times as a lawyer in the city due to my lack of exposure to social and cultural experiences like tennis, golf, fine wine dining and clay pigeon shooting. I do tell a story about that in the book. And these might not sound like very much, but they're so essential to the connections that you need to build, the sponsors that you need to attract if you want to get ahead in your career, particularly in the city. Do you know what? I felt angry and frustrated. It had been 15 years since I had left my legal career in the city, and it felt like nothing had changed. But a part of me actually rebelled against the powerlessness in the room, and I felt I had something really important to say about where power comes from and what you can do and what you can achieve when you're able to tap into that power and step into it and take on those battles and the extraordinary results that we can create for ourselves when we do. Toni Morrison is one of my favourite authors, and she said, if there's a book that you want to read but it hasn't been written yet, you must be the one to write it. Be the First is that book. Be the First is the book for the lonely person of colour in the room who is feeling isolated and that they're fighting battles that they just can't win. It is also, by the way, for anyone who wants to understand that experience. I want this book to transform what is a lonely experience into a sense of purpose, a sense of being the first in the room, not the only one in the room. This is the book I want to read when there's something I need to do that I'm finding that's hard, when it feels like the odds are stacked against me, that it's a battle I can't win. This is the book I want to pick up and read that helps me tap into my power and get a sense of control over my circumstances so that I can push through those barriers and see what's possible. So in the book I share, and I'm so excited, I'm going to be talking a lot about it in the coming weeks, I share a tool which I created for you, the lonely person of colour in the room, And look, maybe there's 3 of you in the room, maybe there's 5 of you in the room. Either way, if any of what I've said resonates with you, and that feeling of loneliness and isolation and exclusion is what you're feeling, this book is for you. And the tool I've created called the Imposter Speech is, I'm really excited, it's going to be the key and the tool that's going to help you overcome that. That was my doorbell. You probably heard it. Gotta rush. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. It's not too late to register for my book launch panel event, which will be taking place tomorrow. That's Friday, the 26th of February at 9 a.m. I'm excited. I'll be joined by panelists Dr. Joanna Abayi, Daniel Winterfeld and Scott Morrison. We're going to have a fantastic lively discussion about whether we should, in fact, celebrate the first. I'm Caroline Flanagan. Thanks for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye.